Hey, what's up? How's it going, YouTube? Just gonna show y'all a little something here on the Crew MOTORFEST. This is how I like my settings. Just trying to recommend some settings out there to some players in the Crew MOTORFEST. So we'll get started here. Let me show y'all. So, I have my options in game settings. Keep it metric or imperial, depending on where you're from or what you know. You know. Usually for immersive mode, I use custom. If you do put disabled, it's gonna kind of have like a beginner experience. So I would recommend custom. Um, I usually turn the freestyle UI off. That's for like the points and stuff. Don't really need too much of that on. Speedometer, I usually keep it off. You could keep it on if you're like switching gears, you want to see your nitrous, things like that. Crew widget, I usually keep that on just to know who's in my crew. Uh, it's really not that it's not in the much that way. It's barely on the top right. Keep that on. Navigation ribbon, I turn this off. Um, Usually it kind of helps if you're more of a beginner, don't really know the map, but I'd recommend it off. It kind of intrudes in the game a little bit, in my opinion. Minimap, I would do auto rotate. Um what this does is basically it turns the minimap and Kara interface. You could turn it on or off. But if you note that the car interface consists of the music player and waypoint navigation, turning off car will make these features unavailable. So I just keep it on auto rotate. Display collectibles, I usually keep that on just because I like to see them. With input tips, I usually keep it off. Tips, I keep it off. World tags, unless you're trying to do challenges, I would keep it off. Player names, usually keep that on just to know who's in your crew, where everybody's at. Enable other players' emotes. So that basically just turns off the emotes that you can see. Honestly, I just keep that off. Rival names, unless you're trying to do the rival challenges, I would just keep them off. Replayers off. Shop recommendations, I would keep that on, just to see what kind of discounts they have. Challenges, unless you're trying to do the challenges, you want the notifications to be bothering you, or at least that's how they seem to me when I'm not trying to do them. Just hang out and cruise. I would turn it off. Photo op off. Music track off. Rivals, I usually keep that off. Guidance from the AI assistant, I keep it off. Playlist introductions off. Barks, that's interesting there. Usually just keep that off. Avatar camera off. Vehicle camera off. I keep all of this off right here, except for crossplay. I keep it on, and preferred region I put automatic. So that's basically my game settings are. Let me see, and then I can show you all what I have here. So racing line, usually I would keep it on full if you're a beginner. There's braking only. I'd recommend it off. I don't know why I had it on full, but I'm just gonna turn that off. Guidance, you could keep it on, you could keep it off, depending on what you want. Rewind, you keep it on. Nitrous on. Depending on what you want. This is where you switch gears. Yeah, traction control. I usually keep that off. Um, yeah, ESP, electronic stability program, drift assist, counter steering, airplane handling. Usually I keep some of all this on except traction control. And you can switch your gears right here on gearbox, sequential, which means you're going to be shifting. Um, Stunt assist, sport. It's basically how I would keep them. Let me know in the comments. Let me know if y'all need any help. If y'all got any questions. Other than that, please like and subscribe. And thank y'all for viewing my first tutorial. Y'all have a good day. Peace out.